Hey guys, welcome to All Coding Tutorial. Today I have brought you a very important video, that is a recycler view populated by an SQLite database. It was much awaited and many people commented that I should make a video on this. So I have brought this video. If you are new to my channel, I will request you to please subscribe and press the bell icon so that you can receive the notifications whenever I upload a new video. So let's begin. So launch the Android Studio, select new project, select empty activity, click next. Give a name to the project, Recycler SQLite activity. That's the name I'm giving. And you will see a main activity.java and activity underscore main.xml has opened. Now go to the code and change the layout to relative layout. And also delete this middle text view hello world part. In the layout, we can give some padding, Android padding equal to 10 dp so that it looks slightly better. Now we can add a text view. The width will be match parent and height will be wrap content. And ID we can give text. Now text of the text view we can set as please enter your details. Then size of the text I am keeping 24 dp. You can choose whatever you want. And top margin also I am giving 24 dp. Now you will write an edit text. Width will be match parent and height will be wrap content. ID of the edit text I will give ID name where you will enter the name actually. Then text size equal to 24 dp. Since it is a relative layout, we have to write where it is placed exactly. So we have to write layout below ID text. Then hint for that edit text we can write name. Now we'll add another edit text and width will be match parent and height will be wrap content. ID of that edit text will be ID slash email. Then size same as 24 dp and it should be placed below the ID name. Then hint of that edit text box will be email. Then we will add another edit text box. So width will be match parent and height will be wrap content. ID will be ID age. So here you will ask a user to put age. Text size will be 24 dp. Layout below it is email. Hint will be age. And now we will create some buttons. So button width will be match parent, height will be wrap content. ID of the button will be button insert. Then text on the button will be insert data and size will be 24 dp, slightly bigger. And it will be placed below the last edit text box age. So accordingly ID has to be set. Margin top I'm giving it 20 dp. Then copy this code and paste one more button here and change the ID to button view and text to view data, and it should be placed below button insert. So now you can see the main UI is ready and 2 buttons and 3 edit box has come. So go to main activity.java, create variables edit text, name, comma, email, comma, age. Now button, insert, comma, view. 2 buttons we are declaring here. Now we have to initialize them. Name equal to find view by ID r.id.name. Email equal to find view by ID r.id.email. Similarly, age equal to find view by ID r.id.age. Now we will initialize buttons. Insert equal to find view by ID r.id.button insert. View equal to find view by ID r.id.button view. Now we'll create a listener for the button. So view.set on click listener, new, view on click listener. Rest of the things will automatically come. Now we will write start activity, new, intent, main activity dot this, comma, user list dot class. We have not created this user list dot class. So now we will create that. Go to new, create an empty activity and give the name, whatever name you have given, user list. So you can see the error is gone. Now create one more Java class, which is DB helper, because we have to now use SQLite database. So now extend this to SQLite open helper. Now click here and implement methods. So select 2 and click OK. Now create the constructor. Delete this nullable and other rest of the things. Also the inside the super, change the name as user data.db. That's our name of the database. Then factory null and version equal to 1. You can choose accordingly, but Now under the onCreate, I'm just changing the DB to capital DB just for the sake of representation. And in onUpgrade also, I will change the names, then int I and int new version I. Then inside the onCreate, I will write db dot exec SQL create table user details. That's the table name we are creating. So name will be our text primary key, comma email text and age text. So here you can see name is our primary key by which it will be actually attached. So name cannot be duplicated here, and email and age can be duplicated. Now on the onUpgrade method, we will write db dot exec SQL drop table if exists user details. Now we will create a public boolean insert user data. Inside that, it will ask for the arguments string name, comma string email, comma string age. So inside the function SQLite database db equal to this dot get writable database. Now we'll write content values equal to new content values. Then content values dot put, then under the key name, comma name, copy this and repeat 2 times and change the name that email. Then the third is also age. What this will do, this will put the string name, whatever you pass to this function on the database, and will put that into the name attribute. Then email will be passed to email attribute, and similarly age will be passed to age attribute. Now it is time to check the results, whether it has been inserted or not. So long result equal to db dot insert. Now we are calling insert function, insert user details, comma null, comma content values. So content values will be inserted into the table. If the results equal to -1, that means if it has not been inserted, return false, else return true. So these are the basically indicators which we will be using in our main activity, where they are basically checked whether data has been inserted or not, and accordingly we can show the toast message. Here we have to correct result double is equal to. Now we will create a public cursor get data. Since we want to view data in RecyclerView, we have to create a get data. So SQLite database db equal to this dot get writable database. Then cursor equal to db dot raw query select star from user details, comma null. So this cursor will actually select from user details. So it will select everything, because I'm not writing any condition in this, like any update function, or if we are making a delete function, then we have to write condition that which particular row we want to collect. But here we want, because we want to view all the data, we have to select everything. So we are not writing any condition. So when we are not writing, the cursor is selecting the entire table. Entire table will be passed into the cursor variable. Okay. Now return cursor. That's our get data function. So our DB helper is complete. We will go to main activity.java and we will add our DB helper DB. Now we'll initialize DB equal to new DB helper this. Now we'll create an insert function to interface with the database. So insert dot set on click listener, new view on click listener. Then inside the listener on click method, we will write string name text equal to name dot get text dot to string. So whatever is a name is given in the edit text box will be passed to the name string. Copy this and create 2 more strings. So the name of the another string will be email text, and accordingly the third one will be the age. Now write boolean check insert data. So this is a boolean function which is checking that whether insert data has been successfully done or not done. So check insert data equal to db dot insert user data. Pass the arguments name text, comma email text, comma age text. Now write if check insert data is equal to true, show a toast message. Write main activity dot this and new entry inserted. Else, if it is not true, then create another toast, new entry not inserted. So this is how we insert the data. Now we'll just run the program and we'll see. So our GUI is showing properly, and when we write just write a name, all coding and all @gmail.com. Then I write age, some age you can choose 30, and when I insert data, it is showing that entry inserted. The blanks also it is taking, since your name blank values it is able to take. You can add a condition as per your choice. If you want some condition that name should cannot be empty, you can add that condition. Now if you press again insert data, it is not taking it because the name is already inserted. The name, it is checking with the name attribute. That name is our primary key, is already filled with the blank space, so it is not allowing you to insert another data on that particular name because that is our primary key. So that's why it is showing the toast message new entry not inserted. Now when we press the view data, you can see the blank space because we have not created any recycler view activity. This will create now. So we come back to the main page and let us go to the layout and go to the user list.xml, go to the code. So this is the our second activity where we are going to see recycler view. So write recycler inside that. Here you have to see that widget recycler view is automatically coming. If it is not coming, you have to add some dependencies. But here in this version, it is taking. So recyclerView.widget.recyclerView has appeared. Now width will be match parent and height also will be match parent. And close it here, and ID I am allotting here ID recycler view. So you can see in our design it has come. Now I go to userlist.java. Because I have to work with recycler view, I have to make an adapter for recycler view first. Then that adapter I can use in the user list. So first of all, let us create in the adapter. Create a new Java class, myAdapter. Extends recycler view dot adapter. Write myAdapter dot myViewHolder. Now write private context. Now write private array list name ID, comma email ID, comma age ID. Here we are not writing like typically we write array list here. We are straight away giving the strings in the name array list because we are not using any class here. We are straight away writing the strings name here. We are not using a class for writing the data here in this particular example. Implement the method and select all three and press OK. And you'll see all three methods has come. Now generate constructor, right click and then select all four OK. So you can see all four has come. Now this my view holder is showing red because we have to create the class. Select Alt Enter and click create class my view holder. So the class has appeared. So public class my view holder. Again go back to my view holder and click Alt Enter and you will see make my view holder extend Android recycler view widget recycler view holder. So select that and you can see it is now added extend recycler view dot view holder. You can write it also, but create a constructor matching super for the my view holder. Now we can delete this my adapter here in the on create view holder. It can be only my view holder also. Similarly on bind view holder we can also delete the same. We will start with on create view holder. We will write view v equal to layout inflator dot from context dot inflate r dot layout dot user entry comma parent comma false. So this user entry is basically the layout for our entries to show the how we show the entries. This will be our card view that we will create later. So that's why it is showing red. It is not there right now. So this return null we will change it to new my view holder inside the bracket v. Now come to the class my view holder, declare text view name ID, comma email ID, comma age ID. Now we have to initialize this text view by the appropriate IDs which will be declared in user entry. So we have to first create user entry layout, go to layout and go to new layout resource file. The root element we have to change here, select card view.widget. Then write the file name user entry, whatever file name you have given there. Click OK. Now you can see card view.widget has come. Card elevation equal to 12 dB we will define and card corner radius equal to 16 dB. You can choose whatever you want. Layout margin will be 16 dp from all the sides. The background tint I am selecting some gray color, so that accordingly you can set. Then inside the layout I am creating a linear layout. So width will be match parent and height will be wrap content. Now margin for the layout is 16 dp. Give a margin to our entries in the card and orientation will be vertical because we have to display entries vertically. Now inside that vertical linear layout, we will create a horizontal linear layout now. So our text and the text which we are setting from the database. So width will be wrap content, height will be wrap content, and orientation will be horizontal. Then gravity will be center vertical. Now inside the linear layout, we will write text view. Width will be wrap content, height will be wrap content. The text will be name. So you can see the name has appeared in the right side. You can see the design. Now text size equal to 24 dp and text color will be black, and style I am keeping it bold. That's our text view. Copy it and paste it again, and this text view, the name, this will be deleted because here the text will be set by the program. We have to give ID here, ID slash text name. This ID we will use for our user entry wherever you are declared. Now copy this entire inside horizontal linear layout and paste it, and you can see 3 times name has come, so we'll start changing it. The second linear layout, we will change the text to email and change the ID to text email. Everything is same. The third linear, we will change the text to age, and we will change the ID to text age. So that's it. I think our user entry layout is complete. Now we can go back to our my adapter.java, and inside that we can write name ID equal to item view dot find view by ID r dot id dot. Now we can write our ID's text name and select this and paste it. Change it to email ID and then text email. Then third line age ID to text age. Now we go to on bind view holder, and we write holder dot name ID dot set text string value of name ID dot get position. Then copy this and paste it 2 times again and change the name ID to email ID. Also inside also name ID to email ID. Third line name ID to age ID, and similarly another. Now this get item count, we can use any value of our entries. So we can choose name. So return name ID dot size. So the size of name ID, it will start counting with using that. Now we will come to user list. That's our second activity, where actually the recycler view, all everything will be shown using the layout user entry, which is created in the my adapter. We will write recycler view. Then we'll create array list. It will be of string type, and we'll declare name, email, comma age, db helper, db. Then we will declare my adapter. Now inside the on create, we will initialize them, db equal to new db helper, this, name equal to new array list. Similarly, we write for email new array list, and age. We will copy and paste and just change the names. So array list has now been declared. So recycler view is equal to find view by ID r dot id dot. Our ID was recycler view. Semicolon. Adapter equal to new my adapter, this comma name, email, age. So our my adapter will take this data and will display. Now recycler view dot set adapter. Recycler view dot set layout manager, new linear layout manager, this. Now we'll write the function display data and create this method display data. Now inside the display data, we will write cursor. Now it is time to select everything from the SQLite data, whatever is data is there. We want to see entire data. So this is our get data method. We will call here db dot get data. Now if cursor dot get count equal to 0, that means if there is no data, we can show a toast message, toast user list dot this, no entry exists. Now return. Otherwise, if there is some data in our table, then we can write while cursor dot move to next. So it will check for each and every cell actually. So name dot add cursor dot get string column index 0. So in the column index 0, it will select, then email dot add cursor dot get string, write the another column index 1, then write age dot add cursor get string column index 2. So this will keep on going to the each and every new entry. Here the height will be wrap content, because we don't want to stretch it to using one card to stretch the entire UI. So just correct it here. That's it, friend, and now it's time to run the project. So let's just click run, and you can see our UI is come, and we will first press the view data, and you can see that our last time we put some entries, this entry is appearing here. This card is also looking very nice, and now we'll enter some data, new data, ppp@gmail.com. You can choose anything, and age I am just putting 40 here now, and you can see that when we press the insert, the toast has come, new entry inserted, and now we go to view. You can see one more card is appearing very nicely, and the recycler view is working here and taking the data from SQLite database. If you change this new entry not inserted, because the data is already been inserted, we are not actually made the button for update data, it is only view data, so it is not allowing the another attribute for the same name which is already created. So it is saying no new entry not inserted. The update and delete is there. If you want to know about this, there is another video of mine where I have given all the insert, delete, update and all. That's it, guys. The project is complete now. I think you enjoyed this, and you must have learned something from this, and so I request you to please subscribe and press the bell icon for notifications, and I will keep bringing you nice tutorials which will be very helpful for you. Thank you very much.